So we are going to today discuss on patent of additions. Okay. So section 54 says, subject to the provisions contained in this section, where an application is made for a patent in respect of any improvement in or modification of an invention described or disclosed in complete specification filed. So that we call main inventions, and the applicant who applies or has applied for a patent for the invention is or is the patentee in respect of thereof, the controller may, if the applicant so request, grant the patent for improvement or modification as a patent of addition. So this is the summary that I have prepared for you from this. So what to say? Patent of addition is filed for making improvement upon main invention. So the first invention that we file is called the main invention, and then if you want to make any improvement over there, so that you can request the controller that I'm going to file a patent of addition. And second point is, second section says, if a complete and independent invention is filed by same person, if patentee request, controller may revoke the independent patent and the grant patent of addition bearing the same date as the patent so revoked. Okay, so if a complete specification and independent invention is filed by same person, if patentee request, controller can revoke the independent patent and grant patent addition bearing the same date as the patent so revoked. What does this mean? Meaning is, for example, you filed a patent. Okay, let me use. So suppose you file one patent here, and then you file another patent here. So this is the timeline, and this is patent number 1, and this is patent number 2. Okay. Now you feel that number 2 is the improvement over number 1. So this is the improvement. So they say a complete invention and an independent invention is filed by the same person. And if patent request, controller can revoke the independent. So he can revoke it and grant patent addition. Now this is not an independent patent, but it says that this is another patent. You can say the same number, and this will become patent of addition. Now we'll discuss further what are the consequences of a patent being a patent of addition, and then we can discuss what are advantages that it gets. So what it says, filing date of patent of addition should be same or later than filing date of main invention. So what it says that if you have filed a patent number 1, okay, and then you file another patent number 2, and you feel that patent number 2 is improvement over patent number 1, it is filed at after later date. So then you can convert this independent patent as a patent of addition. But if you have filed a patent here before this is the main invention, so this patent cannot be considered as patent addition for this one. It has always been to be filed after this. So anything you file after this and you feel that this is a improvement over number 1, then you can convert. So this is the meaning of 54.3. Filing date of patent of addition should be same or later than the filing date of main invention. So this is called main invention. Number 4 says patent addition is not granted before the grant of main invention. Now again we consider same scenario. So we have patent number 1, and then we file patent number 2. So suppose this is the patent 1, and this is also a patent. So it may happen that this can get granted, this can get granted, and there are some issue with the patent number 1. So patent 2 gets granted first, then the patent 1, and patent 1 gets granted later. So grant date of this is, it gets grants here, and this proceeds to grant here. But if you convert this patent number 2 as patent by addition, then the patent addition is not granted before the grant of main invention. So then grant of this patent addition will always be after this. So this is the understanding. Okay. Any question on this till now? I have simplified. I would request that please read the sections as it is given there. Then you may have some doubts. Otherwise, I have tried to simplify this so that we can move faster. And it is simpler for you, and you can memorize it. You can have the clear understanding. So these are the points. So 54, section 1, 2, 3, 4 we have covered. Now let us discuss on the term of patent of addition. Okay. So what is the term of patent of addition? So section 1 says that patent of addition has the same term as the main invention. So again, if I wrote like this, so if you have one patent and then you have another patent, so if it is an independent patent, so from here this is one date, this is a second date. So if it is independent patent, then the filing patent will be 20 years from the date of filing. So 20 years from here, and this is 20 years from here. So it may live for more longer period. But if it is converted to patent of addition, I write PA, then this patent will get terminated if life is get terminated here. So both patent gets terminated here. Okay. So patent of addition has the same term as the main invention, meaning this patent of addition will not survive even you have filed later than any date. If you have filed, then you cannot, it will not survive. Meaning if you have filed more than 6 months or 1 year later, even if you have filed, and if you convert this patent as a patent of addition, then you are not going to get 1 year extra for this. This will get terminated as soon as this main patent gets terminated. Okay. If main invention is revoked, okay, the patent addition becomes independent patent for remaining term. So next scenario, what happens that if by any means this patent 1 and this patent 2 is patent of addition, okay, so by any means this patent gets revoked. So what happens in the journey? So this patent, it doesn't mean that this patent also gets killed. Patent addition has same term in normal lifetime of the patent. If get expired, then also get expired. But before the expiry of this patent, if this patent gets revoked by many circumstances, we'll discuss revocation of patent after some time today. So if after 10 years this gets revoked, after 10 years, so this patent will continue for another 10 years. Okay, this is the meaning. No renewal fee shall be payable for patent addition, but fee is paid if main patent is revoked and it becomes independent patent. Okay, so the advantage of having a patent addition is if you consider the renewal fees. So if you file another patent and if that patent is improvement over the first patent, then this patent addition, you need not to pay any renewal fees. Okay, but this patent will be in force. Okay, but if this patent get revoked and this patent becomes independent patent, then you need to pay the maintenance fees. For making request for patent addition to become independent patent, what you do? There is no form, so we say form 30, and fee is 2,400 for nature and 12,000 for others, as we have been discussing. So if it is get revoked, then this patent addition will automatically not become the independent patent. This is the understanding. You need to approach the controller and pay 2,400 or 12,000 as the case may be, and then only it becomes independent patent. What is the validity of patent addition? Section 56. So it says that section 56(1)(a), patent of addition is not revoked if it does not have an inventive step based on publication or use of main invention. Okay, so patent addition is not revoked, means even if it does not have inventive step. How do we count? We count inventive step. Inventive step means what is already known and what is extra you do to become inventive. Okay, so everything in the main invention is known. So based on that, you say what extra you did. So that is not the, you cannot approach the court and invalidate the patent of addition by saying that this main invention has everything and there is no inventive step based on the publication or use of main invention. So this cannot be the case. And any improvement mentioned in the main invention, so that will not be like a validity case. Patent is not questioned by saying that it could be subject of independent invention. What it meaning says that if I have converted my independent inventions, independent patent as a patent of invention, patent addition for the first one, third party or anyone cannot say and argue that why he has done so. It should be an independent patent, not a patent addition. That kind of one cannot argue based on that. So this is the the meaning. Any doubt till now? Any thing you want to understand?
No, it's clear.
Okay. And last point for 56(2), it says, for determining novelty of patent addition, main invention is also considered. So it says, for removal of doubts, it is hereby declared that in determining the novelty of the invention claimed in the complete specification filed in pursuance of an application for a patent of addition, regard shall be had also to the complete specification in which the main invention is described. So novelty is counted. So we know that for a patent to file, we need novelty and the inventive step. So for considering the inventive step, main document is not considered. That means you need not to prove that it is inventive over the main invention, but one has to prove that it is novel over the main document. It has to be novel, as the novelty case is like and nothing should be known or published or used. Based on that, it's very novel. So while discussing novelty, so that document has to be novel, even if you consider the main document. But we need not should show the inventive step. So that is the understanding. Okay. So there are many questions that